Joined now by Craig Silverman, you know as an attorney around town, talk radio host on 710 KNUS. Proudly voted for President Trump. Do you still consider yourself a supporter?
Well, I did vote for Donald Trump. I always say who I vote for. I'm disappointed with Donald Trump. I'm trying to reevaluate given the events of the last couple of days. But I suppose if it was Hillary Clinton versus Donald Trump today, I'd still vote for Donald Trump.
What did you think as a proud Jewish American when he described people who were chanting in the streets, "Jews will not replace us"? He described some of them as very fine people.
I did not like it. I thought it was sad. I hoped he did not see that footage, because otherwise, how could he say such a thing? I could imagine, I suppose, somebody going out to a protest, although in truth, that was over with. It had been debated in the Charlottesville City Council. The decision had been made. But once you see the people, the KKK, the Nazi flags, the chants that you referenced, any good person would have turned around.
What does it tell you about the president, his thought process, and his values that he continues to revert back to this idea of, well, the Nazis were bad, but so were the other troublemakers?
It's just foolish. This week was the time to talk about the neo-Nazis, the KKK, and the the white supremacists. He blew it. And I think he realized it on Saturday. He took a mulligan on Monday, hit a perfect shot, but then he took another mulligan on Tuesday and hit one in the weeds. It's just not that smart.
We in the media have received a lot of criticism for cherry-picking this statement and that statement of the president's. And what I've tried to explain to people is that, yes, he does denounce the neo-Nazis one day, and then equivocates the next, then denounces them the next day, then equivocates the next. What is it about the back and forth that you say you find troublesome?
Well, he doesn't like the left. The left is hard on his case. At the same time, look, Donald Trump's not a neo-Nazi. I don't believe he's an anti-Semite. But is he playing footsie with elements that support that kind of thing? Maybe a little bit, and that's disturbing to me and a lot of other people.
If no one walks away from him in the Republican Party or in his core, if there's no cost to it, let me ask you a question outside politics. What does that tell you about America?
That the Democrats offer a few good choices, but there could be a Republican primary challenger if people are disappointed enough, if he keeps making mistakes. But look, Donald Trump is one of the greatest maker-uppers ever. By that, he can insult Ted Cruz and then be backslapping with him not long thereafter. But I thought he did that well on Monday. Why he did what he did on Tuesday is pretty inexplicable. I don't know why he did it. In my view, it was a mistake. Not that he said a bunch of bad things, but when he said some good people were part of that rally on Friday night, that torchlight rally with the KKK chants, I don't think so.
You're going to go on the radio this weekend and open up the lines and people are going to call in.
Right.
What do you think that you're going to find out there, and what kind of reception is there going to be for somebody like you who's been supportive of the president but proud to be a Jewish American? What do you think that's going to be like when you open up the lines?
Well, I already know there will be a lot of grief. I did radio on Monday morning, and I was highly critical of this Saturday statement. What a missed opportunity. It was time for the president to be the pastor-in-chief or the father of the country, bring us all together. He wasted that opportunity. If he would have said the right things, the things he said off the teleprompter on Monday, I bet his approval could have gone up as much as 5 points. But what he said, you know, many sides, he's going to lose some credibility and some support. And some of my callers will disagree. They like it. But that's what makes for good talk radio.
Last question is this. You think that there might be a practical impact of the president's moral equivocation when it comes to actually filling jobs, including here in Colorado?
Right. Don't you have to think twice about working for Donald Trump now? Look at the way Gary Cohn and Mnuchin and Elaine Chao were used as props as he more or less played footsie with the right-wing extremists, the racists. They must not feel good about it. And so if Donald Trump asked you to fill a job in his administration, would you feel secure, especially with the turnover and with the president prone to these kind of statements? I think a lot of good people would think twice.
Craig Silverman, attorney, talk radio show host, 710 KUNUS. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure.